little bit. I think so. This is probably gonna be constant. Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hi, everyone coming in. Say hello. Coming in. Say hello. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Any teachers? That song has been playing in my head since last week. I couldn't tell you why. Hi, everyone. Coming in. If you hear any sound, that's my kid. Hello, Miss Imens. I hope I'm not murdering your name. Hi, Facebook. Hello, Mr. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Happy Tuesday to you as well. Hi, TikTok. Hi, Facebook. Hi, YouTube. Hi, Instagram. So, worked on Thursday. I guess it's gonna be a staple. Knock on wood. Um, y'all don't even understand when I always remember, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but do you understand how much bandwidth it takes to stream on four platforms and there is no one freezing? For an Ijebo girl, that's the big deal because you're no like now you can justify why I'm paying what I'm paying. Thank you. Um, Come on in, everyone. Say hello when you come on. This is Attorney Abisola Adebola Olale Samuel, immigration attorney. Hello, Miss Sophia Olaide on TikTok. How are you? What's going on, people? So this evening, hey, Miss Kiwa, how you doing? I'll be reaching out to you soon, and yeah, you're gonna get tired of emails from me. Yeah, I was. Anyway, I digress. But come on in, everyone. Say hello when you come on. Um, we are hello, Tammy Annie. Dammy 0808. How you doing? It's been a long day, y'all. It's been a long day. Yesterday was yeah, that's TJ. Yesterday was Labor Day, so everyone had a long weekend. Well, for those, I know y'all had to work. Thank you. Exactly. But because my office was closed yesterday, even though I worked, like I said, I don't think I know what holiday is unless I'm literally away. But because officially office was closed, my girls had the day off. Well, one of them decided to work. Listen, but anyway, today was back to back, nonstop. Can't complain. Knock on wood. Phone calls from potential clients, current clients. Have cases that have to go out this week. I don't know what time I'm going to bed tonight, but Jesus is my strength. But anyway, so it's been a long day. If I look tired, it's because it's just being one thing or the other. And then y'all, some of your clients are like needy. Let's call it spade a spade. Like if your understanding of and I pride myself on being very communicative with my clients. I always say, give me 48 hours, I will respond to you. But there are some clients who feel like you have to respond to them in 2 hours or 6 hours or 24 hours. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I don't wait a week to respond to my clients. No. But if being needy isn't going to help anybody. Because just saying. So y'all don't have to dial it all the way back. But anyway, hello, Mr. Mitokwe. How you doing? Mitokwe underscore 6253. Once again, if you're just joining us, this is Attorney Abisola Adebola. I am an immigration lawyer based in Alabama, but I can represent immigration clients in all 50 states. We get that question every single day, and the answer does not change. Someone says, today's question was how you based in Alabama and represent clients in all states. Short answer to that is immigration. Thank you. Immigration is federal practice. And so if an attorney is licensed, good to know. If an attorney is licensed and is in one state and they choose to practice immigration law, then they're able to represent you regardless of the state you live in. And federal practice basically means that as long as if it's federal practice, so it's not state specific, and that means the law, that federal law is the same in every state, and you are practicing under federal law. So If it's on the federal practice, that means all you need is a license in one state and in good standing with that state. So in my case, I have licenses in the state of Alabama and the state of New York. I'm just physically present in Alabama, but I can represent immigration clients regardless of the state you live in, including Hawaii and Puerto Rico. Yeah, and Alaska, I think. But anyway, come on in. Let's talk immigration. Contact number is 334-341-4475. Website is 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Contact information as far as email is contact, no pun intended, at 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. So we also are on WhatsApp. You can send WhatsApp is strictly for consultations and messaging. A lot of people call us on WhatsApp. We don't. I have a system in my firm, and that system just has to it's every business must have a system. If you don't have a system, then they just, it's going to be difficult to be able to have a standard procedure and how things run. And so for us, I've seen that WhatsApp is for consultations, those who don't have Zoom or those who are outside the country, and also to respond to chat messages. If you call us on WhatsApp, no one is going to pick it up because the person who mans the WhatsApp person is instructed not to pick up calls unless I'm expecting a call from you, and then I have what the person enter on their phone. I do my WhatsApp on my computer, so I'm not always on my computer. A lot of people I see when I log in, like, hey, Cecilia, like, okay, see, if you tell somebody that is not me your information, that's on you. But we can also be contacted on WhatsApp. Send us a text. You also can send a text to our office number. So we are accessible even on the weekend sometimes. Not me, unless you're my client and I'm emailing. But anyway, yeah. Someone said your hair looks new. Yeah, because I washed it over the weekend. And I told someone I was gonna I'm gonna put a photo up so you guys see the back. Someone asked for me to put. Now, don't come for me if I don't send for you, because the back of my hair. You think this is gray and gray in the front? Y'all have no idea. My hair is. I think in the next 6 months it probably will be completely white, and I have no intention, zero intention, of dyeing my hair, zero. Maybe because my face is still young, so I can still rock it. Now, if I start having seen one wrinkle or the other, that may change. But anyway, come on in. Let's talk immigration. This night, we're going to do questions and answers. If you're on Instagram and TikTok, cannot see my screen, but what I have up on Facebook, and I know some people actually log in on Instagram and on Facebook at the same time. So, got immigration questions. That's basically what I have on the screen on YouTube. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you go on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, now that we can live stream on TikTok, it's this put it in 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕 immigration. This Cecilia with the gray hair was going to show up with this gap tooth, everything. Will show up, and please subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I really do appreciate it. I do not take your support for granted. Please hear me loud and clear. Let me say it louder for those at the back. Every single person that tunes in, every single person that trusts us with their case, every single person that we don't get the anticipated result for, but they can leave knowing that everything humanly possible that God has given me power to do was done for them. I don't take it for granted. I truly, truly appreciate. I am someone who leads my life with gratitude. And that's the same way I raise my kids, because I believe that gratitude makes room for you. And it is part of who I am. I'm very brash, but I'm Leah. So I wear my emotions on my sleeve. And I'm very, 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 very appreciative of no matter how small what it is. This is the motto I live by. If somebody doesn't have to do something for me, it means more than when you have to. So if you don't have to support me, if you don't have to tune in, but you take the time to do it, I don't take things like that for granted. So I do appreciate you all. But anyway, tonight is all about questions. So let's have the questions. Put the questions on the screen. Disclaimer, I can only give you general information regarding whatever it is you ask me. If you need something regarding your case, I'm going to switch on my screen on YouTube and Facebook real quick. Consultation is 130, 200, or 230 for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or 60 minutes. And if you retain our services within 15 days, we credit that towards a consultation fee. It's just something I do. For those who have made up their minds, okay, I'm going to retain your services within 15 days. That's the maximum we give. That's so basically it's a win-win at the end of the day. So let's get to it. I'm going to start on. Oh, by the way, so I put a post earlier on. An EB2 immigrant petition for alien worker employment base was approved for someone who is she is not my blood sister, but I consider my blood sister. So it became personal. I said it was a personal case. I'm not sure she's watching. She probably is, if she's able to pick herself from the floor. Because when I texted her, I was like, okay, don't pass out. Don't pass out. And I know, no, I already texted her, and I said, I'm going to count to 10, and she's going to call me before I count up to 10. And as soon as I texted her a screenshot of the approval, I counted to 7, and my phone rang. And this is someone who is very close to me, so she has my cell phone number. And it became really, because these were people that did not have to trust me, or that I could do anything that I could do for them. When I met her and her mother back in 2018, yeah, I think. And we had a petition we filed that her mother not. So we got that petition done. We got a huge RFE for that initial case that I represented him on. And I'm telling you, see, listen, I can come here and show all the confidence, but there's some times I'm like, okay, Jesus, I'm going to need extra help on this RFE because I think my confidence ain't going to help me now. That was one of those cases that I was like, oh my Lord, I don't know how this is going to turn out. This argument is, I don't even buy this argument I'm making. But as God would have it, her case was approved for a non-immigrant case back then. And then her mother filed an I-130 petition on her behalf. Unfortunately, her mother passed away 2 years ago. And so 3 years ago, I think. Something. And then we had to go back to the drawing board. And then finally she got an employer to get, and we started on the EB2 route. And we did the perm certification, and it was denied. I've never had a perm certification denied. And so for me, it's like, huh? And then we had to appeal, and that took months. Anyway, long story short, it is a special day when it's been 2 years in the making for this petition. And the last thing her mother said to me, I get emotional when I think about it, is, she's in your hands. So there's some things that keep me awake at night, and I drive myself insane because of. That's one of those cases where you know that there's someone who's no longer here, but you've given them your word, and you're just trusting God to help you keep that word. So when that kind of case is approved, and you just know that, God willing, this girl that's been here for over a decade, waiting to get a green card, is just one more step away from finally getting that green card. I'm probably going to just take the whole day off when her green card comes. But anyway, I'll start on Facebook. And let's see. Okay, y'all Facebook people on YouTube, and you don't have the questions a whole lot. Hello, Aduni Ade. Thank you. I'm good, Mr. Rashad. How are you doing? Hello, Miss Tina Ivy. Olivia Meaton, I'm trying to understand your question. Um, I'm trying. I'm assuming you mean that you came in as a child in the 90s, and you now have an approved I-130 that your mother filed. You're also a 245 and INA 245 qualified. Got a pending prosecutor discretion case to reopen and terminate proceedings since June. And how long is that going to take? That's not that. I mean, it depends on the court, depends on your attorney, depends on what, if they're filing a joint motion. It's a whole lot that goes into that. Are they going to, is the ICE attorney going to submit a motion on their own? There's a whole lot that goes to that to determine how long something is going to take in your situation. Okay. Let me go to. I'll start in TikTok, then I'll make my way. I'll circle my way around. T Natty Zero. I have a question. I'm waiting for my 10 years green card, but I want to travel. What should I do? I can't answer that question without a whole lot of more information. Do you have your extension? Is this a 751? Are you still pending the first green card? Do you have a 2-year? There's a whole lot that goes into that question that I don't have information. I can't tell you what to do. What I can tell you is, no, obviously, don't travel without some authorization to be able to come back in. Thank you for all the hearts and the roses. Miss Shaka, I love your hair. Thank you. Y'all don't even know the torture I put myself through with this hair. I was rebuilding my hair yesterday. TJ came in this room and goes, "You okay?" Because it's like, ow, ow. I have 4C hair. Like, you cannot put a comb through it when it's dry. That's the kind of hair I have. Love 7184. Not in need of any assistance, but just wanted to say, thank you. Appreciate that. I was too fast with the number 334. I talk pretty fast. I'm still learning to not talk pretty fast. But when I get very, very apprehensive or excited about something, I have like pressurized speech. So it's like, so I'm sorry, 334-341-4475. So if you are on Facebook or YouTube, that information is scrolling on the screen. However, for those on TikTok and Instagram, 334, a lie, it's not. So let me put it back. Let's see. Okay, there you go. 334-341-4475. 334-341-4475. That's our office number, as well as there's the same number on WhatsApp as well. Is it 𝐸𝐭? Okay, I don't know how to pronounce your username. My I-751 is pending from last 18 months. Please guide. It'll probably most likely still be within the normal processing time. So if you check on USCIS.gov/ processing time, and it tells you it's still within normal processing time, it gives you a date in the future for when you can start making inquiries, then it's still within the normal processing time. Hi, ma'am. How are you? I passed my immigration case 31 days ago. Can I apply for travel documents? What immigration case did you pass? How long does it take USCIS to transfer to NVC approved I-130 for spouse after filing I-824? NVC is really backlogged, and USCI is backlogged. Y'all, let me let me vent a little bit. Just indulge me. So y'all remember last week I told you that I had an I-45 that was denied for a client of mine who we converted from a regular marriage case to a VAWA case, and the field office denied his I-45. So today, being the first day since back to work, I got the notice of denial for the 45, as well as the receipt notice for his VAWA petition. What's the basis for the denial? Because normally when you, and everyone needs to hear this now, whenever you have a pending 45, you're switching over to a VAWA case, you're able to request that USCIS transfer your 45 to your VAWA petition. But once you make that request, make sure that you file your VAWA petition within 30 days from when you make that request. That's the law. However, next question then is, how would USCIS know that you have filed your VAWA petition within 30 days? Normally, and commonsensically, they should be able to go on their, uniform computerized system, put in the alien number for that person, then they'll be able to see what has this person found, right? Okay. This is Atlanta field office. Denied is 45 on the basis that we did not submit. It's been 60 days since the interview, and we haven't submitted evidence that we filed the VAWA petition. Now, the VAWA petition was filed even before the interview. And that's why I always use trackable mail, where someone signs for it and the client gets a copy of the postage receipt so you can track your case. Unfortunately, we did not get the I-130 receipt notice, because that's how, based on this question of backlog, that's how backlogged USCIS is when it comes to when you convert, and for them to send you your VAWA petition receipt notice, you may be waiting 2 months. We filed it, and it was received by USCIS on June 27, 2022. His interview was June 28, 2022, so it was received by them before the interview. Unfortunately, they denied the I-45 on August 30 last week. The receipt notice of the VAWA petition has received date of June 27, 2022. Notice date of August 31st, 2022. USCIS Vermont Service Center spent more than 2 months to create a VAWA petition that had been filed before that interview for the 45, I-130 45, only for it to be denied a day before they decided to get off their butts to give us a receipt notice, and then they sent it. And now it's like, okay, who are these people working the USCIS? So there's a lot of backlog. So there's no saying when, you normally they say 30 days, but that was pre-COVID, and now COVID has been their safe excuse. I have too many gray and I want to dye my hair. Listen, everyone is different. A lot of y'all, if you're my age, I'm 44. If you're my age, y'all, if you're in your 40s, you already know you've got 1 or 2 or 3 strands of gray hair. Don't even kid nobody. Don't kid nobody. We know that, and you can need constantly, you have hair dye, your whole bathroom is black. I know, because my daddy used to have y'all know. So let's call it spade a spade. But I just chose not to dye mine. So, to each their own. Thank you, Texas Love Bug. But I'm the kind of person, I don't care to spend time on hair. It's just not one of the things in my life that I don't know if my mom is on Instagram, but for the first 5-6 years of my life, I looked exactly like my older brother. I was a tomboy. Believe it or not, I was a tomboy. I looked exactly like my older brother. The only difference is I have 4 piercings, but then I have 1, and I had a stud. That's the only difference, because my mom dressed me the same way as my older brother, wore the same thing, had the same haircut. I just had earrings. So since birth, I've been, my mom would say, "Oh, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕." I'd never really cared to have anyone touch my head, especially because I deal with migraines. I'm just not one who has time for hair. So if it's not something where I can get up in the morning and I can just poof it up and then brush it and go, not doing it. So to sit down every week or every other week and dye my hair, no, not gonna happen for now. Okay, let's see. Is a let's see. Do they really have the babies representing themselves? Unfortunately, love 7184. Well, by babies unaccompanied minors. Unfortunately, that's a sad truth. They tell them they say they try to make it as conducive as possible, but unfortunately, that is what we are seeing. Um, we need a lot of people to just keep immigrants in your prayers, all our prayers. Okay, let's see. My USCIS, this is MN51. My USCIS has been for a year an American citizen. Vermont Center, why all the delays came. Listen, I have a client who was hoping that his wife's case would be, it's been 1 year now. His wife's case will be approved by now, and he'll be able to go, you could plan in the past. Okay, this is when you estimate that it will be approved. This is when you estimate that they'll get the interview scheduled at the Lagos embassy, and then this is where you can go home and attend an interview with them. It's the reality is it's just not what it is. That's just and USCIS has a lot of lawsuits, hundreds of lawsuits against them right now in court. Still doesn't make any difference. Thank you, Quino. Vermont Service Center. I don't know, because now, like, the Vermont Service Center is the only center where you can file a petition. Took them more than 2 months to issue a receipt notice, only for my client to have his 45, which is the basis for his EAD, to be denied, based on no fault of his, no fault of mine. The receipt notice is very clear. The receipt date is in June. Notice date is in August. How does that even make any sense? And then the field office is claiming they did not send a direct. I don't buy that for 1 second, because I don't think that the notice date is the day they finally had it in their system. I don't buy that for 1 second. I think these people just really wanted to mess with my client. I don't know, but listen, don't even get it. I've already had vented all day already. Okay, how long? King just 741. How long after the interview is the oath ceremony, depending on the field office? I have a client who was depending on the field. I think I have a client who we did the interview last week, and we got she got the oath ceremony notification. I'm yet to get my notice. It's scheduled for next month. There's some field offices who actually do the oath ceremony the same day after the interview. It just depends. Paul Nelly, what is your answer? What is your question? And Choose 96. My husband's case has been approved. Been waiting for an interview for about 3 months now, going on 4. I'm not surprised. Now, if you have a basis to ask them to expedite your case, you can do that, but it has to fall within the grounds, humanitarian grounds, medical grounds. Can't remember the other. No, it has to fall within the basis to expedite. Well, you missed the oath ceremony twice. Well, that's on you then. That's on you then. You gotta wait. Hopefully you make it. The third time is a charm, so hopefully you make it this third time. Okay. Hello, Miss Priscilla. How are you? Oluwatoyin Vaz, how you doing? you hear it, that's my stomach because I'm hungry. Good evening. Good evening. Let's dive into it. Let's get into it. Yeah, questions, right? Okay. Boo for D Bullis. That's unique. Boo. I've always waited for this opportunity to come. I want to especially thank you for all you do, your support and encouragement. Thank you as well for your support. I do sincerely appreciate that. Recommended to clients you and they said you're an amazing attorney. Keep the good work. Thank you. If you want shy. Thank you. I have a question. Sexy Dre's. Oh, talking of us, I had a lady who's got 4 kids, and I'm trying to find the word to use to describe her husband without being disrespectful, and I can't think of any nice bad word. Anyway, we finally got their prima facie determination. You have to understand that even though a prima facie is not an approval, the fact that she is able to get benefits, especially get all those kids, 4 kids and herself 5, medical insurance for family 5, that's a big deal. So anyway, I have a question. Children file on the VAWA. How long is a process for children to be approved and can travel? Are you asking about advanced parole? Sexy Drace, is that your question? Because if your child, if the filing is as a derivative beneficiary of your petition, then the VAWA petition has to be approved before the green card. But if you're asking about their EAD and advanced parole, then that's, it depends on what I'm seeing in my firm is if the child already has a social security number in the sense of there's been a prior filing, it's not as fast as a child who's never had a social security number. So all the kids that have filed this year so far, I can think of that has never been issued a social security number that is still pending that we filed this year. Well, let me put it this way, that we filed before June. So we're in September. Before June, off the top of my head, I cannot think of any filed this year that did not have a social security number yet, that has not had an approved EAD, advanced parole, and then sent their social security card. I cannot think of any. So if the child has had one prior, it's not as fast as a child that doesn't have one yet. I hope that answers the question. God's Guide _ I have an appointment with you Thursday morning. Can't wait to share my case with you. Okay. I don't want you to put your real name here, but I'll look for tell me what time, then I'll be able to know. I know my day is really booked tomorrow. But what time is yours on Thursday morning? I know who you are. Let's see. Dami Roja, how long does it take to get an asylum green card after change of status application? You mean adjustment of status application? If someone got asylum through the affirmative asylum process, congratulations on that. And I'm assuming you filed it because you wait a year, you file, and you would have to go to USCIS.gov /processing times. But I don't think anyone that I know of the ones we've done in our firm, we've been waiting more than 18 months. I don't think we have. Ashab S1, I have a removal withholding and my I-130 was denied. Have been here for 8 years. Can I apply for cancellation removal? depending on what cancellation removal, the regular cancellation removal is 10 years requirement. A VAWA cancellation removal is 3 years in the sense of physical presence. Thank you, Mr. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. He says a shabs one consultation is a must be. And it's not just, like I already say, it doesn't have to be me, but just consult with an immigration attorney. Okay. This is why it's important for you to consult with an immigration attorney. I consulted with someone sometime last week, met with somebody that they thought was an attorney, told them that even though this doesn't even make sense saying it, told them to divorce their initial spouse, marry somebody else. The person they married now is nowhere to be found. Told them to remarry their spouse, and then based on that, file for asylum, remarry the first spouse, but then they're still married to the second spouse, and then put in an asylum application for them. Yeah. So that's all. At what point, this is SEPT 8833 Libra, at what point would you know if you would need additional evidence for a valid case that you already got work and travel permit for until they get in touch with you? Something groovy. How can I change address to USCIS for VAWA? You've got to write them, or if you have an attorney, your attorney can send that. You cannot do it online if you have a VAWA case. God's guy, can one switch a lawyer for a VAWA case that's spending just 19 months? Depending on what needs to be done. I've had many consults where we discuss your case, and I don't ever take a VAWA case without doing a FOIA request, even if you have, and that's a separate service on its own because attorneys make money by time. If I'm going to review a file that is 50 pages or less and you have a consultation with me, I don't charge for that. If it's going to be more than 50, which most likely it is, then there's a charge for that. Before I actually officially take over a case, I do a FOIA request, meaning I submit an electronic request to USCIS to get your complete record, not just for the current case, but anything that's happened in the past, so that we have a full picture. And part of that will be to know what, in a case like a VAWA case, part of that would be to know what you've submitted in your VAWA case, and if anything needs to be done at the moment, or we're just waiting to see what USCIS says. So it just really depends on if it's worth switching lawyers, depending on if there's anything that needs, because if I see your file and it's nothing there's nothing I'm going to do while we're waiting, there is no point for you to retain my services unless you just want to retain me so you can ask questions as we go. Because if you're going to keep asking questions, I would not respond because you're not my client officially. But if there's nothing that needs to be done, there's no reason why I would tell you, okay, retain my services for something that I'm not going to do anything on at the moment. I hope that makes sense. Lee's Hartford 2. I-130 was approved in 2012. Should I have received a decision on that if it was filed August 2021? You should, because now the question is, even though they have it in their system that you have an I-130 of which you were a beneficiary of, if you do not request for USCIS to do something, they will not do it. So the question is, did you request to transfer your priority dates and make them aware that you have that, which they should have in their record, but they would not help you look? That's just the truth. Unique Yannick, it's been 3.5 months. I haven't received any receipt notice from my VAWA. The package was signed and delivered, and the money was cashed out since May 24. So in your case, Unique, because that's been quite a while, that's a month before, a month before I even sent mine in, and we just got June, July, August. So you're going on 3.5 months. Yeah. Write them, and if you already had a previous case, write them, include your full name, your current address, a copy of your identification card, a notarized request saying to let them know it's you, and you want to find out if they ever mailed you a VAWA receipt notice, and if not, provide them an address to send it to, but they should have sent you something. This is thank you. Okay, let's see. 10 a.m. Okay. You already know me. I'm an instant gratification person, so I understand where Nigerians come from. Like, we have 10 a.m. You sure? I don't say anything for 10 a.m. tomorrow because I can check. I can see right here. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. You said Thursday. Oh, I see it. Oh, okay. God's guide. Okay, I see your name. Okay, I see you then. Okay. I'll see you then. Mrs. Shohini. If the VAWA case is approved while I-751 is pending, what do you recommend doing? See, this is the issue that I think I've talked about before, where I say that I don't understand the rationale behind filing a VAWA petition when you're going to file an I-751. If you have enough evidence to put in an I-360 VAWA petition, then you have enough evidence for an I-751 abuse-based petition. Because what the VAWA petition does is, yes, you have an alternative to be able to apply for a green card all over again. 751, you already have a green card. You're just applying to remove those conditions so you can extend your green card for another 10 years. So in your case, now you have an approved petition. You're just going to have to wait. You're just going to have to wait. But what I have done, because I have a similar case where another attorney did that and the client transferred to my firm. What we did is we sent in a copy of the transfer to my firm, had a pending abuse case. Listen, I've seen some things that I can't even begin to explain. Long story short, they had a pending abuse case, and so they transferred over to my firm. And what I did was to fortify their declaration, as well as now put in the VAWA petition approval as evidence of abuse. Because if Vermont Service Center has already adjudicated the case and they have found that the client has met those requirements that's required in a 751 abuse case, which is good faith and that you suffered abuse. So Vermont Service Center, same USCIS, has already adjudicated and found that there was abuse. Then that means that the same USCIS should be able to see that this petition was approved and it was found to establish credible evidence of abuse. So that means that based on this, there's no reason why you should keep wasting time, and please approve this case based on abuse as well. We're still waiting on that petition, and I believe, God willing, it's going to be approved without an interview, and I'll come and testify to that. So that's what you can do in your case. Add it as part of your evidence. M_D_S. How can I reach you from consultation? Go on my website, olalayalawfirm.com. Any of our social media platforms, you'll find the links for the consultation there. I wish I could put it on the site. I have to find it somewhere and put it. But if you go, even on Instagram, if you go on Instagram, my website is in my bio. Just click on it. The very first page, you would see where it says schedule your consultation, and it will walk you through. Very, very straightforward, very easy. Yes, God's guide. I saw it. I was looking at tomorrow. Finest Shandy, how are you? Okay, all right. Let me. VAWA was mistakenly filed by your lawyer. Oh, and then you now filed. Okay. Well, the good thing is you have an approved VAWA petition. So look at it that way. Look at it as additional evidence for your 751. Does that make sense? That's how I would look at it. Okay. Let me go back to Facebook, and I have to call it a night because I have to still get work done. Andrew Lopez, VAWA states show VAWA status shows correspondence was received in USCIS review, but me or my lawyer did not send anything. So why does this show? Sometimes even they did not send any. Sometimes it may just be that they're actively working on your case and you may be getting approval soon. It means somebody was made contact with your case if no correspondence was sent. Okay. I've just got my EAD, but still have previous Social Security card with restrictions that I expect a new Social Security card, or I have to call. If you're not a green card holder or citizen, yeah, you're going to have that restriction until you get your green card. Hey, Mr. West, how are you? Okay, God's got me. How do I get the information that's submitted to get my US visas plus dates filed? FOIA requests, FOIA. If you just put in USCIS FOIA requests, it's very straightforward. You should be able to get it that way. Okay, everyone. Thank you all for joining me. For Lahon, yes, you should be able to submit a request for expedite request for on based on hardship. They may ask you for evidence of that, so be prepared to be able to show them that you have evidence of the same. Okay, alrighty. So if we can help you with your immigration cases, once again, our contact number is 334-341-4475. Visit our website at @llawfirm.com. So please share this video. A lot of questions that I'm sure someone else, if you have that question, somebody else probably has that same question. So it may help someone else as well. So what if someone divorced due to abuse and little knowledge about VAWA and then remarried to file another green card? Once you remarry, that cuts off your eligibility to file for VAWA based on that marriage that ended in a divorce. But anyway, all right, people, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys